Kuzampola. Namaste. Good morning to all respected online viewers. Long live their majesties, long live our leaders, and long live our friendship. Welcome to this online Ayurveda and Yoga workshops. Embassy of India, Thimpu, ICCR's Nehru Wangchuk Culture Center. Yoga teacher, I'm KVSSN Murthy here. My true praise to the Almighty to see all the best things to their majesties in the whole Bhutan. So coming recitation actually related to Mayurasan, kind of poster, peacock poster. Like the importance of this posture also saying that this has direct relation towards the Ayurveda and regarding health management. So it is saying that Harati Sakala Roga Namsu Gulmo Daradhi Nabhi Bhavati Cha Dosha Nasanam Sri Mayuram Bahuka Dashana Bhuktim Bhashma Kuryad Sesham Janayati Jataragni Jarayate Kala Kutakam. It is saying that this asana quickly elevates all diseases like enlargement of glands inside the abdominal organs. Like it will rectify the errors and it will rectify the dropsy and other stomach related diseases and disorders. Also, it rectifies the three doshas, vata, pitta, kapha doshas. It will rectify the doshas and also it kindles the digestive fire and enables to destruction or destroy the deadly poisons also. That Mayurasan I will show maybe today or tomorrow how it will be. So anyone can easily perform that posture, but the way how we are doing important because it has some rules and regulations also for the people who are attempting this Mayurasana, this peacock posture. And coming to COVID protocols practices, so here please remember, we have to follow safe physical distancing when we are going out, and when you are especially in the crowds, try to keep masks in the on the faces and have your facial covers also. When you are going back, try to wash them properly, and throat gargling and mouth washing like oil pulling or water pulling also important. You can add estimadu powder or tripala powder or plain salt for the throat gargling, as well as coming to the mouth washing or mouth pulling, oil pulling. So you can use coconut oil or sesame oil also enough, or you can use plain salt water also. You can use that solution. And coming to cloves therapy, cloves powder and honey for to get rid of the dry coughs, especially early mornings with the milk or with the water, or evenings with the milk or with the water, you can have them. And coming to nasal applications, Anutaila and Shadbindu Taila, these two are simple Ayurvedic oils. It will cover or it will somewhat give the balance inside the mucus related errors. And next one is steam inhalation. So in a day at least 3 to 4 times, so just take your steam inhalations. Somewhat it will also create respiratory hygiene. So you can add ajwain seed oil or eucalyptus oil, or you can use that plain water also. And in everyone's homes, all we have abundantly available this kind of Ayurvedic ingredients called turmeric, ginger, garlic, ajwain seed, cumin, cinnamon, and coriander, ilachi, and rock salt, hing, pepper, and local shilajit and local cordyceps and chyawanprash. These are very simple solutions to give proper immunity boosting, especially ginger and garlic also. Please use in your diets. So today, in this week, we are seeing that pigmentation or blemishes on the faces. So coming to the today's practices, we have four different kind of simple Ayurvedic remedies. So today, lemon and vinegar. So take lemon, full lemon, and squeeze that water, maybe 10 ml or 15 ml, lemon squeeze, lemon water, and add vinegar in that. So try to apply on the affected areas on the face. So leave that solution for 1 hour time. After that, thoroughly wash acceptable cold water. And next practice is very simple application, turmeric and people leaves trees. So Ficus religiosa, that's a very big tree available in the it's a forest. So take that tender leaves and make paste, and after that add turmeric on that. So again still make paste and apply on the solution on the facial structure, especially on that affected areas, and leave that solution for at least half an hour time to 2 hours time. So after that, thoroughly wash the face with the acceptable cold water. And next preparation is oats and milk. Properly boil the oats in the milk. Then after that, take out that solution and add fresh curd. Oats plus milk after boil. Then after that, add curd in that solution. Then again make paste. Then apply all around the facial structure, especially on the affected area. This solution also it should stay at least 1 hour time on the face. Then coming to next easiest preparation, sandalwood powder. It's available in some of the puja shops. Sandalwood powders plus rose water. Sandalwood powder plus rose water. This is also effective solution, effective remedy for the facial complexion as well as for this pigmentation. But especially the stress levels and the food habits and the night sleeping habits and nightlife, and also our discipline, and all these are acting factors, plus our using the medicines, especially pregnancy women, what medicines they are using also important factor in regarding this kind of blemishes. And please remember, do not come out under the direct strong sunshine, so please try to cover your face with cloth, or you can use umbrella, or you can use hats. And please use this kind of simple ayurvedic remedies to get rid of this kind of skin problems. Especially in yoga we have kriyas called jara dhauti kriya or vastra dhauti kriya, or some of the abdominal cleaning technique that will also will work really wonders, because it will directly triggers the adrenal glands, and after adrenal glands it will directly makes adrenal glands cortex to release adrenal corticosteroids. So once it will release into the blood in a proper way, so that chemical, that hormone will will see the skin health. So that is a very simple practices. So whenever you are getting time to learn this kind of techniques under the direct presence of the yoga teacher, please learn these techniques of dhauti prakriyas. So tomorrow when we are meeting here, the same place, same timing, still we are seeing still more applications in the Ayurveda for the same skin complexion, especially for the pigmentations and the blemishes. So coming to the yoga practices now. And sun salutation is our regular practices along with the mantra chanting and sloka and bejakshara. So according to your belief system, you can follow these practices, mantra chanting, or you can just follow the physical applications. So please remember, in sun salutations we are not creating any other variations, we are doing like a plain sun salutations. Okay, now take a long slow deep inhalation and exhalation. Then here open your arms up with inhalation above to the head called pranamasana, kailasha mudra, and pranamasana should come down towards the chest called anahata pranamasana. Om hiranmayena patrena satyasyapi hitam mukham tattvam pushan apavrunu satya dharmaya drustaye. Om hram hrim hrum hraim hraum raha मित्र रवि सूर्य भानु खगपूष्ण हिरण्य गर्भमरीच आदित्य सवित्र अर्क भास्कराय नमः. Then stretch your arms forward, lift your both the arms up, easiest posture hasta uttanasana. So from there another posture will begin called ardha chandrasana or ardha chakrasana. According to your flexibility and convenience, bend the body back, then again keep your body straight, once pull up, and from there slightly keep a body forward bend called pada hastasana. So when you have issues on the lower back or neck or blood pressure issues or heart ailments, do not do this posture. Then completely bend the body, try to keep your head down closer towards the knees. Then after that, right leg is your back leg called asva sanchalanasana or horse riding posture. When you have knee issues or hip issues or ankle joint issues, better to choose proper way of doing or avoid the practice. But throughout the practice, push your body down towards the forward leg heel as well as forward also. Lift your chin up and stay for a while. And back leg straight on the toes and back leg knee up. So without lifting your hip region, slowly join your forward leg to back leg called Santulanasana or Dandasana. And very slowly keep your knees down along with your toes and the knees. Then after that, chest down and two palms and forehead or chin on the floor called Ashtanga Namaskarasana or Sastanga Namaskarasana. Like a sea wave, lift the body up, called lifted head cobra posture, Bhujangasana. Throughout the practice, do not hang the body in between the shoulders. Keep push up to lift the head up, hang the head back, and give a more back bending here. Then here back leg straight on the toes. Then after that, slowly lift your body. Again coming to the second way of forward bending called Parvatasana or mountain triangle posture. So this posture can be applicable as a pre-position of headstands postures. And here right leg is your forward leg called Asva Sanchalanasana, again horse riding posture. and back leg straight on the toes and lift your knee up, then slowly join your back leg to forward leg called Padahastasana, and slowly lift your both the hands and body up, Uttanasana or Hasta Uttan or Sarir Uttanasana. Once completely pull up and slightly put a back bend up the Chandrasana or up the Chakrasana, and here again keep your body straight. Pranamasana above to the head called Kailashi Mudra, and slowly bring them down at your chest called Anahata Pranamasana, and lift your both the arms up with inhalation. Then very slowly with exhalation, wide your both the hands, then slowly turn your arms down and rest them at your thigh. Then after that, like lock your hands back and slightly wide your legs and feel that long, slow, deep inhalations and exhalations. Alright, come straight. So today I would like to demonstrate some of the postures called Shalabhasan series or locust posture series. So anyone can easily attempt these postures, but the people who are who are having more flexibility, they can do more also. But according to your convenience, so please take these postures. Alright, so first lie down on the abdomen called Makarasana. And here keep your both the palms together under your chin or cheek, and keep your both the legs wide, keep your both the heels inside and toes outside. So easiest way of relaxing the abdomen and chest and the breath. So long, slow and deep inhalation and exhalation. Then very slowly keep your both the hands together and keep them at your thighs and legs together, and try to put your chin or forehead on the floor. Then try to lift your one leg up at any degree angle and stay now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then very slowly come back. Relaxation. Then take long, slow, deep inhalation, exhalation. Again, check your breath, check your convenience, and same thing here. Locust posture. Lift the other leg up. Very simple posture to tone the thigh muscle as well as to give some relaxation at the hip level and the lower back region. Again, few seconds stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then very slowly come back, and 5. Relaxation. Enough. Come back. Then here, while if you kept your chin on the floor, obviously neck will strain. So that try to put your forehead on the floor for relaxation. Interlock your fingers and press your head inside. Few seconds stay here. This is what we call Jastikasana. Right, now slowly come back. And now here, try to keep your both the hands at your thighs on the floor, or you can wide your hands also for the next variation. So very simple variation, lifted like a lifted leg but cross leg locust posture. So lift your left leg up, then try to lift it more, still more, still more, still more, still more. Then at that peak, few seconds stay. Then towards opposite side, completely give a turn, and few seconds turn your head also accordingly and stay for a while. So if you have more flexibility, you can catch your back leg with the concerned hand also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then very slowly come back. Release the posture and lift your leg up with a 90-degree angle. Then very slowly keep your leg down. So once relax your legs by keeping your both the legs fold and down. 1 and down, 2 and down, 3 and down, 4 and down. Last count 5 fold. Then come back. Again coming to Jastikasana to relax your above back to neck region by keeping your head inside. And few seconds stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then enough. Then very slowly release the strain and very slowly rest. Then after that, wide your both the hands on the side stretch. And the same side locust posture with your opposite side leg. Lift your right leg up to the 90-degree angle. Still up, then towards opposite side completely drive that leg. And again, few seconds to stay here. So if you are still have like convenience, now you can hold your leg also. But few seconds, keep stretch your leg more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then very slowly release the leg. Then relax and lift your leg up to the 90-degree angle, then slowly leave that leg and rest relaxation. So in this kind of practices, so more chances of getting cramps around the hip level and the lower back level. So that again few seconds, fold your legs 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, then relaxation. Again still application parts of relaxation, keep your head inside. Then slowly leave the head. And now this time also we have similar variation in the same side locust posture with a folded leg. Now again here wide your both the hands on the side stretch. Then try to land your chin or forehead on the floor and fold your right leg. Then lift your left leg up, still up, and to reach the folded leg heel and lift that leg. And now try to carefully land that left leg on the right foot. So here also few seconds stay now. So in this staying, try to accordingly turn your body and completely give a like squeezing at your abdomen level by turning your two legs. And again few seconds stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then very slowly come back and keep your leg up. Then first leave your above leg, then very slowly rest your two legs on the floor. Keep them on the floor. Again few seconds relaxation. Then fold your legs and downs 1 and downs 2 and downs 3. Last counts 4 and relaxation's enough. Again few seconds, rest your head, rest your neck. Then same thing here, opposite side. Now slowly spread your arms to the sides. Then here fold your left leg. Then lift your right leg up and still up to make the 90-degree angle if possible. Then after that try to land that thigh on the folded leg foot. Then towards your opposite side completely rotate that leg. Then few seconds to stay here in this posture also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then slowly come back and keep that leg up. And then after that slowly leave that leg and so relax from the strain. So here we have different part of the relaxation. Fold the legs, then towards right side, then towards left side. Just relax by turning your hips and legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relaxation is enough. Come back. Keep your legs down. Then here we are doing Ardha for relaxation. Open the hands forward. Keep your forehead on the floor. Then slowly come back. So before end up this Salabhasan series, so we have a small body movement like a boat movement. So according to your convenience, please choose like easiest way of doing. So like this can be applicable according to your convenience only. So here first lift your both the arms, then slowly come back. Lift your both the legs and slowly come back. Again lift your arms up and come back. Lift your legs up and come back. So this will create more good balance in the abdominal organs as well as at the lower back level also. But here as a boat movement, so try to move the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last count 10. Then slowly down. Then after that again quickly relaxation. So wide your legs and put your both the palms together under your chin or cheek. So take long and slow and deep inhalations and exhalations. Then here again slowly keep your both the hands and legs together for the last posture. So double leg lifted locust posture. Keep your chin or forehead on the floor and both the legs together. You can put your both the hands by turning them under your thighs or at your thighs on the floor. Alright, lift your both the legs up, still up, still up. Again stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then very slowly come back, resting and relaxing. So in this throughout the series, throughout these practices, so the basically the hip region and lower back organs may got cramps, and to relax them more quickly, so keep your both the legs together, then very slowly push your body back. And coming to Seshankasan, then here we have one kind of tortoise posture variation, interlock the fingers. So this is a variation in Seshankasan. So keep them locked on the above part of the head, then try to keep your head pressed inside and stay for a while. Alright, then slowly lift your chin up, then very slowly, gradually lift the body up and take a long deep inhalation and exhalation. So after this series, after this locust posture, one should perform the Uttana Padasana or somewhat counter poses. So here turn the body on the back and here long and deep slow inhalations and exhalations. Then after that keep your both the legs together. So try to lift your right leg or left leg to the 45-degree angle called Uttana Padasana or Pada Uttanasana. Few seconds stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 relaxations enough. And opposite side same thing, lift your leg and stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then very slowly come back, relaxations. Then here open your both the hands, lift your arms up, wide your both the arms and feel that long, deep, slow inhalations and exhalations. Alright, after that fold your right leg, lift your leg up to the 90-degree angle, again few seconds stay here. Then after that towards your opposite side, completely turn your leg and turn your body, put your leg on the floor according to your convenience, turn your head also opposite side. And here also, when you have more flexibility, you can lock your leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then very slowly release the leg. Then lift the leg to the 90-degree angle. Then from there, fold that leg and very slowly stretch and relaxation. And quick break, long, slow, deep inhalations and exhalation in Shavasana or any convenient posture. Then once come to Samasthiti, pre-position, then again lift your both the arms and wide your both the arms and try to lift your other leg up to the 90-degree angle. Then towards opposite side, keep your leg down while contracting, while squeezing the abdomen and lock your leg if possible. Try to turn your head opposite side and stay for a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then very slowly come back, release. Then after keeping your legs straight, then very slowly keep your leg down on the floor. Then here also keep your both the hands at your thighs. Again few seconds Shavasana. And long, slow, deep inhalation, exhalations. Alright, we have last posture. So same Uttana Padasana, lifted legs posture, 45-degree angle with 2 legs. So with the support of your hands. So you can put your hands under your hips also when you have lower back pains. Alright, and now lift your 2 legs at a time and stay for a while to the 45-degree angle. Stay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then very slowly come back. Keep your legs down. Then after that, very slowly relax your body in Shavasana or any convenient, comfortable posture. So here also long, slow, deep inhalations and exhalations. Alright, when you have more time in your practice self-yoga class, so you can choose more time to be in the posture, in the every posture. Then after that, legs together and hands together. Then after that, fold your 2 legs, then towards your right side or left side, turn your body, put your same side hand under your head as a pillow. Remaining arm should come down at your chest on the floor as a pillar. Then here, try to lift the body up with the help of limbs and get up and slowly sit down. So right, now coming to the pranayama practices. So while doing the yoga postures, while doing any posture, simple posture or medium postures or advanced postures, so first instruction is, so be very convenient and be very confident while doing the posture, and no movement and no jerk or no shivering, no shaking in the postures. So accordingly set your warm-ups, accordingly set your diet, accordingly set your sleep patterns, because once body got rigidness, so we cannot really perform the yoga postures, because yoga postures always depend on the way how we are living also. Okay, now coming to pranayam. So this time also I am doing my lotus posture. And before practices, before yoga postures, before even like light postures or medium postures or advanced postures, so whatever you want to do, yoga postures or pranayam or mudras or bandhas or concentration meditation practices, it is always better to associate with your concerned yoga teachers and as well as physicians also, because when you have any issues or any when you notice any errors, you can immediately get clarify what you are doing and what you will be doing good. Okay, coming to the practices. So here also I would like to give the same practices, Ujjayi Pranayam and Kapalabhati. Kapalabhati is a Kriya, Ujjayi is a Pranayam. And here for our online participants purpose, so I'm not giving like a tough schedules or advanced practices like mudras or bandhas while doing pranayamas. We are doing pranayamas very simple way. Okay, let's start our mantra sadhan and sloka abhyas also. When you have your traditional belief, you can follow this mantra chanting. So long, slow, deep inhalation and exhalation. Om Kesavaya Swaha. Om Madhavaya Swaha. Om Narayanaya Swaha. Adya Samadhi Tatpala Siddhyardham Asana Purvakan Pranayamadin Karishye. Om Sand Sand Sandhi. Then slowly leave the arms. And here in other words, this sloka is saying that postures, yoga postures or yoga pranayam or yoga bandhas or mudras or meditations, purpose is not only for the physical health or mental health, but it has a definite goal called spiritual upliftment. For that only we need to keep our body very healthy as well as mind also very healthy through these yoga practices. And coming to chanting of Kapalabhati, Kapalabhati is a called like a nickname of Kapalabhati is a Kapa Dosha Visoshini. So it is itself saying that whatever phlegm related errors inside the body and the skull and the head and the throat, that will be nullified. Basrava Loha Karasya Racha Purau Sasambhramau Kapalabhatir Vikhyata Kapadosha Visoshini. And coming to Ujjayi Swas or Ujjayi breathing or psychic breath. So here it is saying that Slashma Dosha Haram Kante Dehanala Vivardhanam Nadi Jalodara Dhatu Gata Dosha Vinasanam. So this pranayam also good to create good balance in the throat level to get rid of the phlegm related issues, errors. So which will be like the phlegm repeatedly deposits around the throat level. So that is also a main cause in these COVID times. Please remember, if we really perform the like psychic breath or Ujjayi pranayam in an appropriate way, then we can get rid of this kind of viral issues and bacterial issues that really caused because of phlegm. And coming to the like in Ujjayi Swas, it's also saying that Nadi Jalodara Dhatu Gata Dosha Vinasanam. Like it is saying that in the body we have different kind of dhatus. Dhatus means very important like fluids or somewhat important flesh related materials or bone related materials. It is saying that rasa means like a body fluids, and rakta means blood, and mamsa means it's a muscles and the flesh. And coming to medha after that asti means bone related matter. Then majja means it's a bone marrow inside the bones. And coming to sukra means it's a reproductive organs. So here the whole body is being running by these 7 important factors called dhatus. Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Meda, Asti, Majja and Sukra. Only like Ujjayi Pranayam will able to give good balance in between these 7 factors also. So that if you have time, try to choose right practices like through the right channels. So coming to Kapalabhati. So here, keep your body straight and keep your both the hands like wide and like for your awareness, you can keep your hands in any kind of mudra. And coming to voluntary exhalation, sharp exhalation, slow inhalations, Kapalabhati. Now starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then take a long deep inhalation and exhalation. But when you have blood pressure issues or heart ailments or any throwing sensations inside the head, better to choose slow practices or avoid this Kapalabhati or any practices which will like give the breath rapid strokes. And second spell coming to Kapalabhati second strokes. Now starts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then again long, slow, deep inhalations and exhalations. Third, last spell towards 30 strokes starting. Now starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again long, slow, deep inhalation and exhalation. So here already we finished our Kapalabhati Kriya Abhyas. But when you have more time, so you can choose still more repetitions in same Kapalabhati. But coming to Ujjayi Pranayam, Ujjayi Swasa or psychic breath. So here, while inhalation, that inhalation oxygen should hit the walls of the internal nostril and throat. That should create a sensitive sound, what we call baby snoring sound. And while breathe out, so without any sound, just regular breathe out. Alright, so for your awareness, you can put your right finger or left finger under the throat. Then you can voluntarily slightly press the throat also while inhalation to create that sound. Okay, coming to practices, so very simple and very easiest practices, Ujjayi Pranayam. Keep your position straight and put your awareness at your throat. And now while inhalation start like giving the baby snoring sound. Alright, then slowly breathe out, completely breathe out. So no confusions and no further like sickness also. Like when you are doing this one, do not like over contract your throat. So you slightly lift your throat up so that the sound will produce. Then second stroke, now inhalation. Then slowly breathe out with the nose. Third time inhalation. Then slowly release your throat contraction and complete breathe out with the nose. Again fourth inhalation. Then very slowly completely breathe out. Fourth inhalation. And slowly breathe out. So last deep inhalation. And slowly completely breathe out. So soon after your pranayam, so like straightly you can go to the dharana practices or concentration practices, Trataka Abhyasas. And after finishing your dharana and after finishing your Trataka Abhyas, now you can choose proper way of power nap or Nidra Yoga, Yoga Nidra to relax the body and mind. Then after total completion of your yoga episode, so you can choose 15 minutes time to take bath and further 5 minutes time to take breakfast. That timing also depends on how you are doing. And if in the afternoon before your lunch hour, please see all the possibilities to do power nap or to do yoga nidra abhyas to regenerate your body and mind. And after in the evenings, after your office work, game, sports works and regular household works and garden works, and before your dinner time, so choose at least 20 minutes time to half an hour time to do this yoga practices, including back bending exercises and inverted postures and breathing exercises also. And do not blindly depend on the carbohydrates. Please try to compose in a good way, like proteins, good fats, vitamins and minerals and carbohydrates. And so tomorrow when we are meeting here at the same time with the same topic, the same region, we will see still more good applications in the Ayurveda for the same blemishes in the pigmentation, and in yoga also we will see more good exercises. So until then, take care of yourself, and thanking you all to giving me this opportunity, and stay away from the bad habits and do yoga also. Thank you all.